Okay, we had to start over. We had to do the stream again, but we're going to cover the news today, and the first thing that we are going to talk about is updates on the Jaheim McMillan story. These updates come courtesy of the Benjamin Dixon Morning Show. If you want to know more about the story, I would definitely recommend checking him out on YouTube, the Benjamin Dixon Morning Show on YouTube. They also have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, a bunch of other social medias. So if you want to hear more about this, I would definitely recommend going and checking them out. But this morning they gave some updates. Benjamin Dixon gave some updates
Covering
on Jaheim.
primarily covering the story of Jaheim McMillan. I want to thank you guys for continuously bringing
He's in
coverage to that.
Mississippi right now, where the
I'm
shooting took
covering it, but
place,
I'm also
the
doing
killing.
what I can to help this boy get justice. So, full transparency. I think everybody understands. I operate as a journalist, but I also operate as an activist. And in this case, I've even had to operate in the role of a minister,
Hmm.
because of recent events at a local church. The city had a unity rally at a
And
local
this is the part
church,
that's screwed up.
but did not immediately invite the mother of.
So they had a unity rally at this church in Gulfport, or I don't know if it was in Gulfport, Mississippi. Gulfport is where the shooting on Jaheim McMillan took place, and they had this unity rally, and they ended up actually not even really inviting the mother of Jaheim McMillan.
The victim of Jaheim, the mother that you see on the screen. I'm not
Wow.
sure how you have a unity rally for healing and not invite the mother. But the
Exactly.
mother, we all got notified of this maybe 5 minutes before it started. So I went as a journalist, and the mother arrived. But it was so difficult for the mother to sit through this unity meeting,
Because
as
they
the
weren't even talking
politicians were
about the
talking
issue.
about trash pickup.
Wow.
As the politicians were talking about, praying for the police department. Politicians
Wow.
talking about praying for the investigators.
And this is it's a different type of situation, but it reminds me of a story that actually hit really close to home here. Uh, one of the one of my classmates that I graduated high school with was actually killed in a drive-by shooting earlier this year. He was at a graduation party, and he was standing outside, and a car went by and uh, shot out the window multiple times, and they shot and killed um, one of the people that I graduated with. His name was Tabori Carter, and the news did actually cover the story. Um, Sorry, I can't spell. He was only 20 years old when he died, and he died of a shooting. And this isn't the same thing. He wasn't killed by a police officer. He wasn't an unarmed person who was killed by the police officer. But it's still sad, and it's still you know another shooting, just shootings a general. I know that the one that's to do with Jaheim McMillan is a lot a lot more sad. They're both sad. They're both
And so
terrible
the mother
situations.
left, in tears, like grieving and mourning, because she had just buried her son. Now,
There's also video on social media of the mother actually trying to go to the hospital and get into the hospital to see her son, Jaheim McMillan, and Jaheim, or the mother of Jaheim. The cop actually does not let her in. He doesn't allow her to go in and see her son because he said that her son has passed. It's really, really sad.
we're at the stage of this investigation where I can confidently say, based on speaking with eyewitnesses who all give the exact same account, that Jaheim McMillan was shot with his hands up,
Which is
with a
true.
wrongful killing. Point blank was the exact words used by an eyewitness. And so I have no problem.
And we know this to be true. Multiple eyewitnesses have come forward and said that this is what happened. We have two now, I believe, two different surveillance footage videos, from one from the Family Dollar and then one from a store across the street, that do in fact match the story that Jaheim was unarmed and he was shot while his hands were up.
with standing behind
which goes directly against what police Gulfport chief of police Adam Cooper said in a press conference after the shooting. He said that Jaheim McMillan was armed and he failed to comply with officer commands, and that is why he was shot. Jaheim McMillan was actually shot in the head, and they left him lying there on the ground bleeding for a significant amount of time.
that. But what's difficult here, James and Rebecca, is the fact that we don't have the body cam footage.
And we don't. They have not released the body cam footage, and the shooting is under investigation by the state of Mississippi. And it's like Benjamin said, they had this unity rally, and they were saying, pray for the investigators, pray for the police, pray for this and that. And it's the family of the victim deserves answers. The community deserves answers about this, and there's actually even more in this story that goes. There's the story actually gets a lot more serious and a lot more deep. We're gonna listen.
Without the body cam footage, we are really at an impasse where these police officers could still get away with this. And this is the type of burden that
He's
the mother
exactly
had
right with
at
that.
meeting. So if you ask me how I'm doing fine, but having to step in, I was able to speak at the church because I am a licensed minister, and I was able to pull over the pastor. And the mother asked me, because I've been here so long, she asked me to speak. And so I had a chance to speak with the whole congregation as well as the politicians. And I let them know very straightforwardly, justice, if you want unity, give this family justice.
Exactly.
We're going
He's
to pray
exactly
for these
right.
police officers. I'm praying that they stop killing black people. We're going to pray for the investigation, sure, but let's pray that it doesn't take a long time, and let's get justice expeditiously. So, it's a lot going on here, but that's the main reason I'm here. I'm also here. There's another story that I could tell you about, but I want to pause there and let you guys jump in.
Okay, so and again, thank you so much, Ben, for being literally of their child and
Okay.
Yeah.
finding
So
justice
he
for
says
that
there's another story that he can
story that
talk
you're
about,
covering over there.
and
You said there
he's
was some more that
So
you
here's
wanted to say.
here's the other story that I'm covering.
and this is this has to do with the Jaheim McMillan stuff. It goes right into it, and this is this next part of the story is just like Jaheim McMillan's case. It's very serious. It's very scary. It's very disgusting. The thing he's going to talk about.
This one is just breaking news, and it's actually I haven't released it in full. I'm still waiting on comment from the Mississippi Police
He's going to
Department.
play
We've obtained
audio that he has.
audio, not footage, but just audio of a local police chief here in Mississippi threatening threatening the life of a Black Lives Matter protester. He calls the protester name by name, and he
This is
identifies
true.
them and says things along the lines of, and we're going to put it out. We're just waiting for comment back from the police department. But based on the audio that was released to me from a source who
Which even
very
if,
close to
he says he's waiting. They're waiting on which they played the audio just here in a couple seconds, but he says that they're waiting on comment from the police department, and I understand. He's a journalist. That's how he operates his show, operates how he does things, and even if this audio, which I do believe it's real, I don't think it's fake audio or it's somebody else or whatever. The cops, and for them to come out and say, "Oh yeah, that's our local police chief," saying that, it would look terrible for them. Obviously, even if they know this audio is him, this police chief that said this terrible, terrible things, they are still not going to come out and be like, "Oh yeah, that was us," because then that makes them look really bad. They already look bad, and they should look bad because they are bad. They are terrible.
the police department. This audio shows that Black Lives Matter protesters have been targeted by Mississippi police chiefs. We're working on that, and I just want to give a little preview to our show because you guys have been the ones that have made this possible. It's important because we know these things, but to actually hear the audio of a police chief identifying and saying that he wants to F up this protester,
Mm-hmm.
especially when this protester is leading the charge. Like, I'm here as a journalist. This protester is leading the charge in Gulfport, Mississippi for Jaheim McMillan.
This is true.
So this this story is really
because
reaching
the
across
protester
the
that he's
state.
going to talk
There's
about is
multiple cities
actually
that are involved now. A
one of the
local police
main
chief
people on
has
social media
been
that's been
apparently caught
posting
on audio
evidence, eyewitness accounts,
threatening
surveillance
the life
footage.
of a Black Lives Matter
Hmm.
protester. That carries a whole lot of weight in the state of Mississippi when you consider the number of cases of Black men who have been killed by the police department. It's not something that can be taken lightly. And so I am waiting. I have directly approached the police department and being very straightforward with them because we want to dot every I and cross every T. We're waiting to hear back from them to get their statement, and we're going to release the audio later on today.
All right. We have a little clip of the audio. Did you want to go ahead and run?
Yes. So you can hear
I
this
think
audio again. This is
so.
audio
I think he meant that. I think he thought it was going to come up later in the
that
show,
was
but
provided to me by a reliable source that I
he
spoke to
plays it. He
directly.
plays the audio, and it's really it's
Very
kind of
close
hard.
to the
It's kind
police
of hard to
department,
hear,
but
but
that is all I can say to
I also
protect the
was listening to
source.
it on my
Mhm.
phone before now,
And they
so
have
we're
informed
gonna.
me that this is the voice of Police Chief of Brookhaven, Mississippi, by the name of Kenneth Collins.
Kenneth
He is
Collins,
going to
police chief.
identify on the last half of the video, it's a minute long. On the last half of the audio, he is going to identify a Black Lives Matter protester by name. That name is Marquel Bridges, and he is the lead organizer fighting for justice for Jaheim McMillan.
This is
Let's take a listen
100%
now.
right.
Let's take a
I said, we hold your head. I said, justice will be served. What they did to you was wrong. And I said, you were bound me and myself. And I dropped the light low. Them motherfuckers were shot. I already talk shit. I sit there and watch them all day. They running up every piece of dirt they got on us. They brought us out of the house for us out. They had it up there speaking. Every fucking body that got a problem with the police department, they had them up there. Okay? So when I got ready to leave, the bomber ran up on me, and I said when I walked out, I didn't come there to fight. I had my overalls on, I never still carry guns. I walked out with it. So when I got ready to leave, them motherfuckers surrounded me, it's Michaela Bridges, the motherfucker on Facebook, talking all about this shit.
And there you just pretty much heard him say that, Marquel Bridges, the main, it's like Benjamin Dixon put it, the main, go follow him on Twitter, please, if you would like more updates on this story. He is the main person who is heading up these, the protests for Jaheim McMillan, for justice for Jaheim. And this police chief literally just we have recorded audio here of him literally saying, he wished that he had fucked up Marquel Bridges.
And that's when I stopped to look at that. He's the big son of the red light. I thought about fucking him up red team.
I'll fuck you up. There it was right there. It's really, really thick Southern accent, but he said it. This is a cop, literally, obviously he probably didn't know he was being recorded, but this is how the cops are. This is how the racist police force in America is. They sit there and, they do this in the open, but behind closed doors, that's, I'll play it one more time. One more time here.
I already talk shit. I sit there and watch them all day. They running up every piece of dirt they got on us. They brought us out of the house for us out. They had it up there speaking. Every fucking body that got a problem with the police department, they had them up there. Okay? So when I got ready to leave, the bomber ran up on me, and I said when I walked out, I didn't come there to fight. I had my overalls on, I never still carry guns. I walked out with it. So when I got ready to leave, them motherfuckers surrounded me, it's Michaela Bridges, the motherfucker on Facebook, talking all about this shit. And that's when I stopped to look at that. He's the big son of the red light. I thought about fucking him up red team.
I'll fuck you up. Said him by name, said his name, and then literally threatens his life. This is where we're at in America.
All right, so that's
right
the
now.
end of the video. If you can compensate for the deep Southern accent, you can hear him clearly say the.
And I believe that was the entire audio clip. I'm not 100% on that, but even if it wasn't, that was damning enough. And it's like I said, this, Markel Bridges, I'm not active on most other social medias other than, YouTube and Twitter. I'm sure he probably does have some other social medias, but it's like I said, please, please, please go and follow him. Follow Benjamin Dixon. This isn't like an ad or anything for them. They need, we need to raise awareness about this story. And,
who's sitting in that white car right there? That fellow over there is sitting too. I need your help. I know you have shit in your hand. You're trying to arrest me? I just told my mama took on away.
So, in this video, they're talking about somebody saying that a sergeant threatened to arrest them, and Brian L. Watson, the officer who shot and murdered Jaheim McMillan, even though police audio and police press conference, police chief Adam Cooper said that Brian L. Watson, police sergeant, wasn't actually in the state of Mississippi at the time of the shooting. We know that he was at the scene of the shooting. We know he's here. Multiple eyewitnesses have called him out at being at the scene of the shooting. They put him right there at it. And it's like I said, sorry, I'm still sick. We're waiting on body cam footage to be released. We don't know how long that's going to take. They're doing an investigation into what happened in the state of Mississippi but with the evidence that we have right now, it is incredibly wild to me that no accountability has been, there's been no accountability at all. These officers, the officer that did this needs to be arrested. He does not need to be a police officer at all anymore. He certainly does not need a gun. That is 100%. So that's all we're gonna do for Markel Bridges. That's all we're gonna talk about for Jaheim McMillan at the moment. And now we're gonna move on to Kyrie Irving. So October and November, they've been wild. We have Kanye, showing his true colors, being completely anti-Semitic in every way, shape, and form, going on all these different shows, talk shows, spreading his hate messages, spreading his anti-Semitism. Got dropped from Adidas, got dropped from literally every single company that was partnered with him. Even Goodwill fucking said they're not going to accept any more Kanye donations. And over the past couple of weeks, we have seen another very, very prominent and famous black athlete, black figure, Kyrie Irving, espouse hate, anti-Semitism, and it's been tough to watch. I'm not the biggest Kyrie Irving fan, obviously Golden State all the way, but it's hard to watch these these people that I used to look up to and I used to respect destroy their careers, and they're destroying them in a matter of weeks, days, seconds, minutes. It's hard to watch. It really is. Kanye's one case in it, but then we have Kyrie and
given to Christ, Philippians 2:11, and my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. in terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms.
So this is the interview that he did when he was asked about some of the social media posts, him posting Alex Jones on his social media, him posting a link or something to a documentary that was extremely offensive.
Talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way.
See, Kyrie wants to say it's a big no-no for them to talk about religion and stuff like that. And, he's right, but he's not, in the context he's saying it in, no. He's going on there and saying that, you can't say certain things because then it's anti-Semitism. But what he has been posting on his social medias is literally incorrect. And there's a quote that I can't remember who it's from. Hold on. I will find this. All right, wait. I know where to find it. I have to mute my audio here.
That exchange of
Okay, I found it. Okay, so this quote, I was not going to remember who said this at all, but it's a quote from former defensive end for the Texans, J.J. Watt. He said, this was when he was speaking to a group of young athletes. This is the quote, and I think it's really, 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 really good. Read each tweet about 95 times before you send it. Look at every Instagram post about 95 times before you send it. A reputation takes years and years and years to build, and it takes one press of a button to ruin it. Don't let that happen to you. You've done so much work. You've put in so much effort. Don't let one moment ruin your entire life because you wanted to be funny, or you were mad, or because you had a mood. If you use it properly, you can use it unbelievably. You can interact with your fans and share with the world what you're doing. Just be smart about it. And I have another clip that I'm going to play. That's actually from a couple days ago. It's of Shaq talking about the situation, and I think that he has a really good word on this. But what J.J. Watt said here is 100% accurate, and it's not even just for athletes, just for people that have a large following in general. What you put out to your followers, they're going to see that. They're going to react to that. And, some of them, some people, especially younger people, they see something, they see, they posted it. Kyrie Irving posted this. So, if he believes it, I'm going to, buy into that too. And I think that these athletes, not all of them, but the ones, and these celebrities, they need to do a better job. They need to do a much better job of monitoring what they say, what they put out to their followers. And I think this quote is an extremely great reminder. And it's like I said, we've seen this with Kanye, and we're seeing it now happen to Kyrie. Kanye, he's been having issues for years now, but since October 2022, he lost his brand deal with Yeezy, dropped his net worth down over $1 billion, so only 400 million. He has lost all of his other sponsorship deals. The only thing that Kanye really has left at this point is his music, and the fact that his music is on these streaming services. And I read an article that said that the streaming services, they don't have any pull or say into Kanye's music being on the service, that's all up to a record label, and I don't know if that's true. It probably is. But other than that, Kanye is, he has ruined any good intention or goodwill that he might have had in the past from what he said. And it's like I said, Kyrie is just doing the same thing, and it's hurtful. It's really hurtful. I'm not Jewish, but I know that there's a lot of people that do react to this, and it is hurtful. It is hurtful to them, and it's like I said, Kyrie needs to do a better job at this. And I'm gonna pull up the other clip of Shaq really quick before we go into anything else. Continue watching that. Pause that there. Oh.
Pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that.
And he even admitted it there. He admitted it right there. He said, I have a certain level of
but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community.
He said, I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. So he right there acknowledges that he has a certain responsibility with the large following that he has across all of his social medias, and just the influence and pull he has in the real world, because, he was Rookie of the Year when he got, when he got drafted, and a lot of people regard Kyrie as an amazing player.
Community, and
he's well aware of what he's doing.
I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything.
And it's sad to hear him say that.
People in my community.
It's really sad to hear him say that.
Going to impact.
And it's angering too.
Anybody else that has criticism, and obviously wasn't meant for them.
And he's not doing this isn't doing what he thinks is going to happen. And he actually ended up apologizing last night, but he was also he was suspended last night. Well, not last night. Well, yeah, last night. It was last night. And we have a statement from the Brooklyn Nets here. They posted this on Twitter. They said, over the last several days, we have made repeated attempts to work with Kyrie, trying to help him understand the harm and danger of his words and actions, which began with him publicizing a film containing deeply disturbing anti-Semitic hate. We believe that taking the path of education in his challenging situation would be the right one, and thought that we had made progress with our joint commitment to eradicating hate and intolerance. So we have this statement here from the Brooklyn Nets that's alleging that they have tried to work with Kyrie to educate him on, the matter and what's going on and what he's doing, and he still continues to espouse this terrible hate. Sorry, I was trying to see if I could make that any better. We were dismayed today when given an opportunity in a media session that Kyrie refused to unequivocally say that he has no anti-Semitic beliefs, nor acknowledge specific hate material in the film. This was not the first time he had the opportunity, but failed to clarify. Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism will when given a clear opportunity To do so is deeply disturbing, is against the values of our organization, and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that addresses the harmful impact of his conduct, and the suspension period served is no less than 5 games. So in at least a 5-game suspension from the Brooklyn Nets. And shortly after this, we saw him apologize on Instagram shortly after the suspension was announced. He said, while doing my research on Yahweh, I posted a documentary that contains some false anti-Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race/religion, and I take full accountability and responsibility for my actions. I am grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. To all Jewish families and communities that are hurt and affected from my post, I am deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic instead of focusing on the healing process of Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand fighting against anti-Semitism by apologizing for posting the documentary without any context and a factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary I agreed with and disagreed with. I had no intention to disrespect any Jewish culture, history regarding the Holocaust, to perpetuate any hate. I am learning from this unfortunate event and hope we can find understanding between us all. I am no different than any other human being. I am seeking truth and knowledge, and I know who I am. And I really think that it took him, well, obviously it did, but it took him being suspended from the team for a minimum of 5 games for him to apologize about this stuff, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't have taken him to get suspended for him to come out. It's in the statement, they said it. He's been given multiple chances to say, I don't agree with this stuff, but he just continued to push on it. He kept going, and he says he was reacting out of emotion when he posted that, and it doesn't matter. Still, it was a terrible thing to do. And it wasn't just one thing either. It was multiple different things he posted on his social media platforms. And so moving on. Next we have Kanye. And Kanye has been posting some very interesting things on Twitter. Let's see where it is. He's been posting a lot. He's been posting a lot on Twitter. So, this is a tweet that he put out yesterday. It says, Shaq is in business with Jamie Salter. Jamie first said he's 50-50 with David Beckham and 50-50 with Shaq. I said, Jamie, there's no such thing as 50-50 in business. Who has the extra 1% for the control and voting rights? He tweeted this out, and he has this picture of Shaq. And Shaq actually responded. He responded to this tweet, and we have the response somewhere here. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to. This is on the tweet. This was his response, Shaq's response to Kanye West. And I want to see if I can actually find the actual reply here versus trying to do this. Okay, we found it. Okay, so Kanye posted this picture, this caption, and he says, this is what Shaq responded. Shaq came out hard. He came out hitting hard, and he said, believe me, you don't know me like that. Worry about your business. And to quote the once great Kanye, I got more money than you, so why would I listen to you? Take my advice. Get your family business in order. Have a great day, brother. So Shaq absolutely dunking on Kanye on Twitter here. Completely fucking annihilated him, ratioed him to fucking hell. But Kanye's been posting a lot of things on Twitter lately. Tweets that aren't even there anymore because they violated the rules. And I can't sit here and talk about every single thing that he tweets because I would be sitting here for hours and hours. But he's been posting a lot of crazy stuff, so if you're interested in that, go check that out. Go check his Twitter out, I guess, before everything he says gets taken down, which hopefully it does because he posts a lot of crazy shit. And back to the Kyrie Irving thing. Whoops, sorry. We're going back to it. We have another clip of Shaq.
That exchange with Nick Friedel the other night after the game. And look, if he keeps making a big thing out of the word promotion, that is promotion. If on your social media you say, boom, here's a link to this, that tells me, hey, you should watch this. Correct? He's got 17.
Let's see what. And Shaq hits it
Instagram followers,
right on the nail, right on the head here with this one.
You're all over social media. Do you ever put something out there, Shaq, that does not represent something that you feel?
I was probably one of the first guys on Twitter, and when I realized the power it had, I knew I had to be very responsible. Followers, platform, whatever you call it, I knew I had to be responsible. I try to make people happy. I try to make people smile. My formula has always been the same: 60% to make you laugh, 30% to inspire you, and 10% whatever I'm selling. You have to be aware of what you're doing.
And it's like, and we saw that clip of Kyrie saying that he is aware that he has a certain level of responsibility, but he just chose to use his platform in a negative way, and chose to irresponsibly use that power that he had.
You have to be aware that sometimes when you put stuff out, not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are conscious, some people are not. I can tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care what's going on. But us, I know that the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion.
And that's another thing. Shaq's right. What about that? They have to. Kyrie did this, and now it's impacting the entire league. The whole entire NBA is being impacted by this.
That divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion, don't matter where you're from. I can say shalom, salam alaikum, ni hao, say bon, because that's how I was raised. So I don't really want to sit up here and answer questions for what he's done. If you're looking at me, it's my job to make people happy. I can't speak for him and answer for what he's doing. It's obviously by his answers and the way he answers, he doesn't really care.
And it's like, yeah, Shaq's right. Shaq was 100% right about that, and that's pretty much all he said on the matter. But he's 100% right about that. Shaq, he said that Kyrie didn't really care, and Kyrie even admitted in the interview that, you can tell he doesn't care. You can absolutely tell that he doesn't care. He posted stuff that he knows is bad, posted stuff from Alex Jones. He knows his stuff's bad, even on later in this, one of the guys on the panel, it might have been Charles, or maybe it was Kenny. They said Alex Jones, he's fucking crazy, and he is fucking crazy. And then the last thing that we have today to cover before we're done is my absolute favorite piece. I don't really know if it's news. I don't know if you can call it that. It's fun though. Really, really fun. Hold on. I have to pull it up here. The Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez versus Elon Musk Twitter saga. And this is fun. This is really fun here. So this is way more fun than anything else I've been talking about today. So on the first, AOC tweeted out this zinger, which I love it. Laugh my ass off at a billionaire earnestly trying to sell people on the idea that free speech is actually an $8 a month subscription plan. And Elon responded to this. Hold on, I gotta fucking pull up Elon's Twitter here. Oh God, please save me from this. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down together. Oh. Okay. We're just gonna scroll past all these crazy polls that he puts out because they're crazy. He tweets so goddamn much. I don't think this man has a real job. Did he take it down? There's no way he took this shit down. Absolutely no way. 20,000 fucking tweets. Jesus fucking Christ. There's no fucking way he took this down. Or was he upset that he got ratioed that bad? Oh, no. Okay. So, he's still here. So, he tweeted out, she tweeted this out, and then, Elon tweeted back and said, your feedback is appreciated. Now pay $8. That's what he said in response to AOC's very spicy tweet. And it didn't end there. It didn't end there. Elon tweeted something else. Hold on. So he tweets this out, which is kind of weird to me, because he tweets out a picture of sweatshirt on AOC's website that costs $58. And something that Elon clearly doesn't know, or if he does know, he doesn't care, which either way, he's a fucking idiot, is that these sweatshirts, everything on AOC's website is union made. There's very few people that have stuff that is actually all union made. AOC and Hassan Abi, they both have merch on their own respective websites that is 100% union made. So if you are looking for stuff like that, go check Hassan Abi's merchandise out, and AOC's also. But he tweets this out with one of the thinking face emojis, and it's like I said, this made him look really, really stupid, because union made stuff is more expensive because these workers are part of a union. So I don't know what he was trying to say here with that. That one didn't work, in my opinion, at all. That one was a sad attempt at trying to dunk on AOC for something, trying to get on her, which you really, I mean, you can't really, at least not with that. And she said, proud of this and always will be. My workers are union, make a living wage, have full health care, and aren't subject to racist treatment in their workplace. Obviously, hitting at Tesla for being a terrible, terrible workplace. Items are made in the USA team. AOC honors and respects working people. You should try it sometime instead of union busting. Absolutely destroyed him again. And something else that happened after this is AOC, after she literally fucking flamed the shit out of Elon, and she had a picture of it. Her replies and her inboxes, it just stopped working. Why should people pay $8 for their app to get bricked when they say something you don't like? This is what my app has looked like ever since my tweet upset you yesterday. What's good doesn't seem very free speechy to me. And as you can see, she literally has no notifications. This is like what you get on Twitter when you first sign up for it. Like if you've never done anything on it and you go over to like your notifications tab, this is what it looks like. So Elon is literally just the biggest butthurt baby in the entire world. A bunch of these people that are free speech advocates are literally the most anti-free speech, because as soon as something is said that they don't agree with or offends them or upsets them, then it's not free speech anymore. Then they want to cry about it. They want to say, oh, this and that. It makes them all look like fucking morons. Elon Musk is a fucking idiot, clearly, and for multiple different reasons. But this is just another reason, another example as to that being true. And that's all I have to cover the news for today. And if you liked this, I might do some more of these. I don't know. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends, your family, your mom, your Grammy,